So, what's good? We got Rebound. How did this NBA star become a murderer? That is wild. Let's find out.
How do you go from being an NBA star, playing alongside Kobe Bryant,
He played with the Mamba?
Javaris Critton and Kobe, you like it? I guess so.
to a notorious gangster facing life in
ashamed.
prison for murder?
I remember hearing
You
this
think you
story.
know who did the shooting?
Yeah, the basketball player, Crimson.
This is the story of Javaris Critton.
Damn, Javaris?
Javaris was the last person you'd expect to become a murderer, because growing up in the projects of Atlanta during the early 2000s, he was a straight-A student, class president, and a basketball phenom. In fact, by the time Javaris graduated high school in '06, he was a McDonald's All-American and received the D1 scholarship to Georgia Tech. And after only a year playing
He was a
college
beast
ball,
on the
Javaris earned his greatest achievement yet, being a 2007 first-round draft pick for the LA Lakers and signing a $2.6 million contract.
Yeah, I was just excited, to be a Laker.
You can't even walk in the building, you're stormed by fans.
At just 19 years old, Javaris was an
19?
NBA star, playing next to
was
Kobe
eating.
Bryant. He was on top
Boy
of
was
the
eating
world,
swell.
but
And
one
playing with the
night
Mamba.
changed everything. See, one night during his first offseason, Javaris was out partying at the Block nightclub in Hollywood
Red flag,
when
nigga.
someone caught his eye from across the room. Famous Atlanta rapper, Dollar, surrounded by his crew.
Whoa. Wait, is he? Whoa. Yo, I was a fan of Dollar back in the day. And if you a fan of Dollar, you know the story of Dollar. Yeah. Did an NBA player do that to Dollar? Yo, no way.
Flashing diamond chains, beautiful women, and designer clothes. Young Javaris was mesmerized.
That's shocking.
So
That's
he
crazy.
decided to introduce himself, only to find out that Dollar and his crew were part of a notorious LA street gang,
Damn.
the Mansfield Gangster Crips. And with Javaris being a professional athlete and all, he should have just walked away right then and there. But instead, he was so enticed by the gangster lifestyle that he hung out with Dollar and his crew all night long. And over the next couple of months, Javaris grew even closer to the gang, until eventually he became an official Mansfield Crip. Now, Javaris may have been making waves in the streets, but his basketball career was a completely different story. Because after joining the gang, Javaris was never able to gain his footing in the NBA. He went from the Lakers to the Grizzlies to the Wizards, all in just his first 2 seasons. And in December of 2009, his struggling basketball career went completely off the deep end.
Sheesh.
During a team flight to Washington, Javaris decided to pass the time by gambling on card games with his teammates. And after losing thousands of dollars, Javaris was pissed. So in the heat of the moment, he ended up getting into a fight with his teammate, Gilbert Arenas.
Hey, little bros. It seemed like Javaris was he frustrated at how his NBA career is going, so the nigga decided to gamble, making him even more. Hey, watch that frustration.
Threatening to rob the guy. Javaris' inner gangster was showing.
This nigga
And he
wildin'.
wanted to settle the beef like a real Mansfield Crip. So a couple of days later, Javaris pulled up to the Wizards arena and walked into the team's locker room with a loaded weapon.
No, nigga, you is a NBA player, boy, making M's. You gonna pull up to the arena with a glizzy? Think. Use your head. You ain't even thinking. Never
And after a
mind.
heated exchange, Javaris found himself in a Wild West standoff with Gilbert Arenas. Now luckily,
Gilbert?
both guys eventually calmed down and no one ended up hurt. But that didn't stop the incident from being reported to
I'm
the
shocked
police.
Gilbert ain't
So a
not
few
that
weeks
nigga.
later, Javaris was charged with misdemeanor possession of a firearm and was sentenced to 1 year of probation. And
Damn.
following his sentencing, Javaris' contract with the Wizards was terminated. After just 2.5
Nigga,
years,
duh, you up out of there.
22-year-old
You done brought the
Javaris
Blizzy to the
was
stadium?
officially out of the NBA. This seemed like rock bottom, but in reality, it was just the tip of the iceberg. See, getting kicked out of the NBA left Javaris devastated, so he decided to fly back to Atlanta, looking for the support of his family. But what he got instead
It wasn't no
was
love.
judgment and rejection.
It wasn't no
The people
love,
that once
boy.
saw him as a hometown hero now saw him as a failure. And as a result, Javaris turned to the only people that he
The
felt would
streets.
accept it,
Sad
the
son.
Mansfield Gangster Crips.
Damn.
And by spring of 2010, Javaris had become a ride-or-die member of the gang, going as far as helping the Crips
man,
duck
damn,
police and even
Javaris.
put money in their jail accounts. But eventually, all of his boys got locked up, so when no one else to turn to and nowhere else to go, Javaris decided to make a last-ditch effort at an NBA comeback, trying out for the Charlotte Bobcats, only to fall flat on his face. By 2011, Javaris felt alone and hopeless. At just 23 years old, he had no job,
Damn, he
was
was only
rejected by his
23?
family, and his closest friends were dead or in prison. Feeling like he had nothing else to
Okay.
lose,
I
Javaris
thought
became a
I was
ticking
wrong.
time
I'm
bomb,
sorry,
ready to
Javaris.
explode
I'm
at
sorry.
any moment. All he needed was a little push over the edge.
He shot somebody though.
And that push came on a dark
Hell,
Atlanta
you shot
night
Javaris.
when, after leaving a local barber shop, Javaris was robbed of everything he had on him.
Oh,
His
God.
$25,000 black diamond necklace, his $30,000 black diamond watch. I mean, he even got robbed for his iPhone and $25.
Damn.
All by a rival gang member that Javaris recognized. 17-year-old ROC crew member, Lil Tick.
See, that
And after
nigga
everything
staying in
Javaris
them
had been
streets
through,
got him in
this was the
trouble.
final straw. He wanted to find Lil Tick and get revenge. On August 19th, 2011, at 9:30 p.m., Javaris was in the backseat of a rented Chevy Tahoe with his cousin Scooter up front, driving him to Lil Tick's last known
Javaris,
location,
nigga.
Limrose Heights, just outside of Atlanta. And as he turned on to make and drive, Javaris spotted this target on the sidewalk and opened fire. But instead of hitting Lil Tick, Javaris missed and accidentally hit an innocent woman. So with this, panicked
Javaris. I wanna feel sad. I wanna feel bad for you, but you, Javaris. Come on, man.
Javaris
Thank
Crittenton
my
fled the
brother.
scene as witnesses called the cops. After medics arrived, the woman was rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, where just 2 hours later, at 11:34 p.m., she was pronounced dead, making
Then you
Javaris
already
Crittenton
sent that lady to Grady. You
Stone
know what's
cold
up with Grady.
Atlanta 911 emergency operator 44.
Hold that down, man.
And you said you know who did the shooting?
Yeah, the basketball player.
You know about Atlanta. You know about that hospital.
Crittenton.
Hey, nah, for real though, that's sad, man. Damn. You done blew the NBA career.
Just a
went to go
few
shoot.
days after the
Went to
murder,
go hit up Lil
Javaris
Tay.
fled to LA as
Miss
police
Lil Tay
began their
hit the lady.
investigation. And over the next
Lady
week,
up in Grady.
they gathered tons of evidence linking Javaris to the crime. Witness statements, his photo being picked out of a police lineup, and the discovery of the rented Chevy Tahoe coated with residue and Javaris' fingerprints. So police obtained an arrest warrant, and a couple of days later, the FBI arrested Javaris in LA. But it wouldn't be until April of 2015 that his day in court would finally come. By this point, there was so much evidence against Javaris that a life sentence seemed inevitable. So on the very first day of his murder trial, he struck a deal with prosecutors. In exchange for dropping several charges, Javaris pled guilty to aggravated assault with a firearm and voluntary manslaughter. And as a result, he was sentenced to 23 years in federal prison. So, as of this recording, Javaris is being held at Calhoun State Prison in Georgia, where, pending good behavior, he has an expected release date of December 13th, 2036.
Sheesh. I repeated that woman, man. Dang. Hey, little bros. I hope y'all learned a valuable lesson here. Big bros, too. I hope y'all learned a valuable lesson here. Don't be like that nigga. That nigga went to the NBA and lost it all. Trying to be a thug. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it, nigga. You ain't got it. Now, let me not do him like that. But dang, my brother. Dang. How you... Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here, man.